Okay, this is when I say it's optional, it depends where you're moving. If you're moving into a career that involves, mathematics, anything that's STEM related careers, you probably should learn how to use a computer. And what we're talking about here is what's known as a computer algebra system. All right, this is optional though. You're not going to be testing on it. Throughout the semester, though, you're going to see me use a variety of technologies, indicating that most mathematics done nowadays is really, certainly it's being done on computer. All right. So if you just read through this over here, it says, related Sage code. So if you click on this link over here, right, you notice it's in that red. It's going to open up a web browser. Let me do that for you. All right. Don't be alarmed. All right. It opens up a web page. Certainly, we'd love for you to read through that. We'd love to become a user of Sage. But the bottom line is a lot of students are just, I don't know where to start. Right. I'm going to say the simplest place to start is this CoCalc Instant Sage worksheet. You may need to create an account. I'm going to click on it. I already have an account. Let me click on it. All right. So what's going to happen is it's going to load an instance of Sage Math, which is a computer algebra system. It allows me to do mathematics online. All right. So, what I'm going to run here is I'm just going to run some commands. So what commands you're going to run? And I'm going to run these commands over here. You know what? I'm going to create a new document for you. Give me a second. The reason why I want to just do something new. I'm going to, because most of you guys have to create a new document anyway. New. Sage worksheet. All right, so I got this new document now. So I want to point out, if I were to type this in, I'm going to type in reset. I'm looking at my notes, by the way. Now, what's interesting is, how do I get it to work? A lot of people say, oh, just hit the enter key. Enter key is not going to do anything. Let me do that for you. Nothing happened. Let me back up, hit the delete button. You have to hit shift, return. Once you do that, you notice a little green thing over here? Sage actually has done something. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to define a variable. All right, theta equals a var. Var stands for variable. Quote mark theta, T-H-E-T-A. Shift, return. All right, then I'm going to say theta is equal to pi divided by 3. Shift, return. Sine theta. Shift, return. Well, I was kind of expecting that. Cosine theta. Shift, return. All right. Let me review what we just did. Course notes, related Sage code. I clicked this link over here. It took me to a website. That website is a Sage math website. I clicked on CoCalc. I created a new worksheet. What kind of worksheet? A Sage worksheet. And then I typed these commands in here. When you type these commands in here, what you got to do is shift return. I want to show you one other thing though. I don't use the web. What I use a downloaded version of Sage. Let me go through that with you briefly. Just give me a second and get Sage running. This is what's known as a terminal application, right? If you're serious about going into like computer science or engineering for that matter, you probably should learn how to use a command prompt. And but what I mean by that, a terminal, which allows me to run software or program at a command prompt. All right. So what I did was I opened up a terminal application. This is going to start running like sort of a Unixy type environment, and it's running Python. So I'm going to type in the commands, reset. Got that done, theta, var. Don't worry so much about what we're doing over here. Worry about, can you get something to work? Then you can worry about, do you understand what you're getting to work? I'm going to point out though, I'm not hitting shift return. I'm just hitting return. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's type something different in pi over 4. Sine theta. I was expecting that. Cosine theta, so forth and so on, right? Let's do tangent. Getting a little screwed up there. I think you get the idea. This is just a little introduction. You want to start getting your feet wet. You really want to get your feet wet using what's known as a computer algebra system. All right. Now, why is that? If you're thinking about moving forward, a lot of students are going to leave Essex County College. They're going to go to a place like New Jersey Institute of Technology, NJIT. At NJIT, most of the students there are already familiar when you get there with the computer algebra system. They're using MATLAB. Nothing wrong with that. I'm of the opinion, though, you should have many tools in your tool chest, not just Sage. And we'll talk about other tools as the semester goes on. Right now, we'd love for you to think about trying to use Sage. Go to the Sage website, create an account, open up an instance of Sage, and type in the commands and see how you can do. All right, you're going to screw up. I realize that, but that's part of learning. Good luck to you.